I'm here to tell you that you don't need to be embarrassed, okay? Everybody's lady bits are different, everybody's body is different, and everybody's body reacts to certain things differently. Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. From the thumbnail, obviously you can tell what we're going to be talking about today. These are things that need to be talked about. These are some things that people aren't taught growing up. They're not taught how to clean themselves properly, how to groom themselves properly. When your body encounters a certain odor or a certain change because of your age, your diet, we don't exactly know what to do. I'm here to let you guys know 10 things that you should be doing. Okay, so before we get started, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you want to be notified for any videos I do in the future. Vlogtober will be coming up and I will be doing some hauls, tutorials, and DIYs. So go ahead and hit that notification bell right now. Let's get into it. Number 1, ladies, keep her clean, please. Shower at least once a day. If I go to the gym, I tend to shower 2 times a day. You definitely have to shower at least once a day. I like to shower after I come home from work because I don't like getting into my bed dirty. So I tend to shower right before bed. I shower with Nivea body wash, and obviously that is not something that I should be using on my lady bits. I used to use the Summer's Eve wash. Obviously I have been told for years now, it's not good for you. Don't use it. I didn't listen. I kept on using it. I didn't really have a problem until I kind of hit my 30s. I realized that it wasn't working for me as well as it used to. Not only that, it was throwing my pH off. A gynecologist on TikTok recommended, I can't remember her name, but she recommended a bunch of soaps that women should and should not be using. At the top of the list, guess what was on there? Obviously Summer's Eve. She said replace it with this. This was one of the options. Yeah, this. So I've heard a lot about the Dr. Bronner soap. I know a lot of people use the peppermint one for their bodies. Men generally use it from head to toe because that's what men do. They'll use an 8-in-1 shampoo for their entire body and it be natural for them. Ladies, that's not something you should be using on your lady area. She did recommend this one. This one is great. I've put a couple ladies on it. They love it. Keeps you fresh all day long. My first week using this, I was like, oh my god, I gotta let every girl I know who use Summer's Eve to switch over to this. This is the Dr. Bronner's 4-in-1 baby unscented. It's generally for babies. You know, treat her like she's a baby. Nice, cuddle her. It's the organic, this is the organic sugar soap. This is a must-have. Even when I'm going on trips, like I'm squirting this out in carry-on bottles because this is something that I need to have after every single shower. Otherwise, I just don't feel clean. Number 2, let her breathe. When you are going to bed at night, if it's winter and you're wearing your pajamas, don't wear any underwear underneath there. Let her breathe. She needs air. She needs to breathe. Which brings me to another point. Wear cotton underwear. Don't wear them silk things. It's not going to be able to breathe. She needs to breathe. When you are wearing underwear, try to stick to organic cotton or just cotton in general if you can. Fortunately for me, I live alone. I don't have a roommate. So when I'm home, if I put on a dress, I won't put on underwear. I'll just let her breathe. This is my place. I don't need anybody telling me if I can and cannot wear drawers. When I do wear underwear though, which is obviously every time I'm going out, I tend to use these in my underwear. So my mom used to buy these. I kind of grew up using these, but I kind of grew up using the Always brand because those are the ones that my mom always had. Somewhere in my late 20s or when I was around 26, I realized that I had unfortunately developed an allergic reaction to Always. It would itch me non-stop. I had to switch over to something else, and I really like these. These are the Barely There, so they're very, very thin. It's called Barely There because you hardly ever feel like it's there. Every time I use the washroom, I change it. This is what they look like. Very nice and small, very compact, and can fit in your wallet, in your purse. These are in all of my day-to-day purses. I take them around with me just so I have them, and I feel nice and fresh after I use the washroom, and I clean myself and I change into one of these. That's tip number 3. Tip number 4, razor. I kind of discovered this razor on a whim. I just picked it up from Walmart, and let me tell you, I have not gone back to using any other razor. This is the Schick Hydro. So on one end, it's a regular 5-blade razor, but on the other hand, it has like a shear, like, you know, those ones that people use to actually like shear. Like, this could actually cut somebody's hair off their head. That's how powerful this thing is. It comes with this right here. Comes with a battery, and it lasts forever. You could do some heavy set grooming downtown with this bad boy right here. Hold on. Look at that. If you know it's been a few weeks, you let the garden grow out a bit and you don't want to go get waxed, or you don't have time to go get waxed, this has been a lifesaver during the pandemic when we were in lockdown. This will give you a very, very close, nice trim. If you did want it to be baby smooth, you can go ahead and just use the razor part. You do nothing else. You get the soap and you get the razor. Speaking of razors, if you are like me and you are extremely sensitive, which this kind of helps with, because I don't use the razor part on my lady bits. I just use this part and it helps me avoid razor bumps. Tip number 5. What I like to do is I like to go ahead and use this serum right here on me after a shower. I generally pick one up every time I do go to get waxed. If I'm dating somebody, I have a special occasion or whatever, and I can't avoid it and I do need to go get waxed, I generally, every time I go there, I pick up one of these serums. So you apply it after your shower to, you know, your lady area. It keeps the ingrowns at bay. It's very, very nice, and it's very good for sensitive skin. You apply it twice a day to clean dry skin. That's why I apply it after a shower, because you won't be as clean as you are after a shower. I keep it with like my panty liners and stuff like that, so I can remember, okay, yes, when she's dry, after, you know, I towel dry her, take 2 pumps of this and apply. Tip number 6. Switching over to organic tampons and pads. If you're like me, you would have thought to yourself, well, why do I need organic? I've been using Tampax and Always and all these brands since I first got my period when I was 12 or whatever age it is. This has really changed the game for me. When you look at a package for Tampax or Always or Kotex or any of those ones, and you see what kind of products they have in there, trust me, you're gonna want to switch over too. So these do tend to soak up a bit more, so you do have to change them more often. But let me tell you, they are well worth it. They're maybe $1 or $2 more expensive than the regular, than Always or Kotex. Sometimes even cheaper. I shop at a health food store, Organic Garage. So if I go there and I see that these are on sale, I'll pick up a couple of packages. Number 7. This might seem slightly inappropriate, but I had to add it in there. If you are in a relationship and you're being intimate with somebody, intimacy changes your vaginal discharge, it changes everything, changes your pH. We have to stay clean after sex, we shower, stuff like that. But what I also want to recommend is the Anjou lubricant. By far my favorite lubricant. It works great, especially with sensitive skin and sensitive lady bits. It doesn't irritate at all. It's water-based. There's just no irritation, no nothing. I cannot recommend this enough. The company is always just an email away if you have any questions about it. They're very supportive and they have great customer service, and I definitely recommend. You can pick this up off Amazon. That's where I got this on recommendation, and I haven't regretted it since. Also, a little goes a long way. Trust me, you don't need a lot of this stuff. As you guys have noticed, like, I've barely used any out of this. Says a lot about my love life. Number 8. We can't just be talking about just down there. We need to talk about the rest of our bodies too. Some of you out there are ripe. I've been walking past some young ladies this summer. You smell like a billy goat or a grown man. You got to do better. I've been there before where my deodorant quit on me. I grew up using Dove and Secret because that's what my mom bought. When I was about 21 or 22, I want to say 20 or 23, 24, my deodorant quit on me. It stopped working. It just quit. For about a week, I was going to Walmart. I was buying the most expensive deodorants. I was trying everything. I used to buy the Secret Sports deodorant. Deodorant's like 15 bucks. Yeah, for deodorant. I started complaining because I'm like, I cannot figure this out. Like I keep going out, I'm buying organic, I'm buying more expensive. I don't know what is happening to my body right now. A friend of mine told me, shout out to Crystal, I don't know if you're watching this, but girl, shout out to you. She told me to try Lady Speed Stick. Now, at first I was like, oh, that's like the cheapest deodorant on the shelf. I don't think that's gonna work. She's like, trust me, girl, go ahead and buy it. I bought it and I have never gone back to any other deodorant since. Powder Fresh, and that's the only one I use now. And it has not let me down. It's been over how many years now? I'm in my 30s and this is still going strong. If you are having problems with your deodorant and you've exhausted all options, give this a try. I promise you will not regret this. Next, am I at number 9 or number 8? Shit, I lost count. Is our skin. There was one time I was going through something really rough in life. My mom took me to a hairdresser because I popped by her house and I was looking real rough, and she was like, no child of mine is gonna be out here on the streets looking like how you're looking right now. When I got to the hairdresser, who had known me since I was a child, she's like, you cannot let life affect certain things about you as a woman. Hair, skin, and nails. Those are God's gift to women, and those are things that always need to be taken care of. Doesn't matter what you're going through in life. Ever since then, I've always tried to take care of my skin. Make this a part of your nighttime routine, especially in the winter time. I live in Canada and my skin gets extra dry in the winter time. I try to keep it very moisturized. Am I at number 10 yet? Number 10 is kind of going to be a combination of two things: water and food. I know you guys hear this a lot. What you're putting on your body is not as important as what you are putting inside of your body. You need to drink water. I buy spring water, filtered spring water. I use it for like my smoothies and stuff like that. I generally use tap water to brush my teeth and do everything else, but for drinking and for my smoothies, I use tap water. Drink water. Every single morning you get out of bed, drink a glass of water. At night before I go to bed, because I always wake up dehydrated, to combat that and make sure I'm not waking up, you know, gulping a massive thing of water, I drink a mason jar of water right before I go to bed. Hell, I'm thirsty right now. Hold on. Ooh. Drink water with your lunch, drink water with your dinner. Flush out all that toxin out your body, sis. It's very good for your lady bits. The very last tip I want to give you is something else. I understand that this whole like pineapple phase thing has been, you know, obviously talked about a lot. This whole, you eat pineapple, your vagina is going to taste like pineapples. It really isn't. It might give your vagina a little tang to it, a little sweetness here and there, but trust me, it is not going to make your vagina taste like unicorns, rainbows, and honey. The best way to get your vagina to taste a little bit better is to eat this. Greens. Eat greens. Let me tell you that when I started eating greens on a regular, when I started switching out my fries for salad and stuff like that, or having a green smoothie for lunch, let me tell you the difference it made in my discharge. A massive difference. You have to eat greens. Not just green salads, kales, although that is good for you. What also I recommend is cucumbers, because cucumber has a lot of moisture, has a lot of water. If you're like me and you know you don't really love eating cucumber by itself, I love to get a couple tablespoons of hummus. I put it beside the cucumber and I just cut my cucumbers up, you know, into little slices, and I dip and I eat away. Eat greens. Also something that is very good for your vajayjay. Grapes. A lot of people don't know this, but it's not just pineapple. Although pineapple and pineapple juice does help, but grapes also help a lot. Okay, you guys, those are the 10 tips that I have for you. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, notification bell. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them down below. But also, research is your best friend. Google's there for a reason. YouTube is there for a reason. I'll see you next time. Bye.